That's delicious. Hello and welcome back to Views on the Road. I'm your host Steph, and today I'm going to show you how to make 3 popular Mexican restaurant appetizers. And the good thing is that when you're making it at home, you don't have to wait to go to a restaurant. You can have them at any time because all the ingredients that we're using today are commonly used in Mexican cooking. And guess what? This also works for game day. And for our first appetizer, we're going to make tamale bites. I know they're tamales, but when you're here in the States, you can say tamale. Don't go to Mexico and say tamale because they're going to look at you funny. And you guys know that I get corny, so you're going to need half a cup of your corn. And you're going to place that into your little blender or your big one, whatever you're comfortable with using. Add 1.5 cups of water. And don't use hot for this recipe. Just regular room temperature water is going to work. And now we're going to blend until smooth. Watch out, I'm feeling better. I feel like dancing today. And boom, done. No, we're not done yet. We still have to blend all this deliciousness with our MASECA. In this beautiful container, we have instant corn Masa. And the brand that I like to use is MASECA. You're going to add 2 cups. You're going to add a heaping teaspoon of salt. And what I mean by heaping, for those of you that don't know, it means that it goes a little bit over, ends up being about 2 teaspoons. That wasn't me, it was the gloves, okay? Make a little well. Get down tonight. Ow! Get down tonight. And you're going to pour about 1 cup, we're going to start with that, of your mixture and start mixing. Cloud, was that your tummy grumbling? That is the cutest little thing ever. All right, we're going to need a little more. Let's go ahead and pour all of it. Ooh, I love the smell of corn. It's so comforting, yummy. Now, if you come in close, we already used our 1.5 cups plus our corn mixture. You're going to see that it's a little bit dry. That's okay. You can start adding about 1 tablespoon at a time. And you just want to make sure that everything is super hydrated. Not soaked or wet, just hydrated. And this step right here should not take you any longer than 2 minutes to do. By that time, you already have everything hydrated, combined, and that's when you're going to add your roasted Anaheim peppers. I went with Anaheim because I grew up in the southwestern area of the United States, and there's something about roasting an Anaheim pepper that just comforts my soul. But those of you that don't have access to this kind of pepper, you can use your canned green chili or your roasted poblano pepper. But if you have relatives out in the west, the southwest, you need to call them up and ask them for a bag, or you can get some hatch chili.
Some Pueblo chilies would be great in here.
Okay. Cloud's crushing now. She's crushing on the Pueblo chilies.
I have been.
Give that another mix. And you guys are in for quite a treat today. And now it's time to make our bites, bolitas, which means little balls. They're going to be delicious. And now you're going to take about 1 tablespoon and you're going to start rolling it up. Cup it like this. And roll. Make sure to save this recipe because this recipe is perfect for any kind of holiday, party, fiesta, you name it. It's perfect because it's affordable to make and it's easy. Super easy. And then you're going to set it to the side and continue with the remaining tamale bites. And the measurements that I've given to you today is going to yield you about 25 tamale bites. I warmed up some canola cooking oil and I'm going to check if the temperature is right for us to fry. You're going to take an uncoated spoon, wooden chopstick, toothpicks, and you're going to place it into your oil. Once it starts bubbling, and we're looking for a vigorous bubble because we want to fry these really good. Yep, there we go. We can start frying. And you can start placing your little bites in your frying pan. Be careful. And if you don't want it to splash on you, you can use a spoon. Drop it in. You're going to add about 5 to 6 of your tamale bites at a time. Y si me está escuchando la gente mexicana, disculpen, es que así se dice en inglés. And you're going to continue
Son croquetas de tamales.
Son croquetas de tamales. A ver. And you're going to continue to fry for about a minute before you start adding more, because if you add any more of these, it's going to get your oil cold and you're not going to get the crispy, nice little fritters that you want. All right, it's been about a minute. You can see everything's nice and bubbly over there. And I'm going to start adding a few more at a time. And you're going to wonder, aren't some going to fry? How are you going to tell them apart? With MASECA, you don't have to worry. It's very forgiving, and you'll see what I mean in just a bit. Move them around so that they don't stick. Beautiful. Just like my sister.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I beat you to it today.
You did. I already called you beautiful.
Oh, thank you, sis. You too, Views Club. You guys are beautiful. Even when you're naughty.
Well, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. Some of you were acting kind of questionable on TikTok, but I still love you. It's good to see you living.
Yes.
And you want to continue to fry your tamale bites until they're nice and crispy. For some of you, it might take about 7 minutes. Some of you, it might take 10 minutes from when we started all the way up to the end. That way you have a little bit of point of reference, and I'll show you what they should look like right here at the end. And when your tamale balls look nice, golden, and round like me, that means that they're ready to come out. Oh, they look beautiful. And right when they come out, you can sprinkle a little bit of salt right over the top. And there you have it, some beautifully fried tamale bites. And now to dip your tamale bites, you're gonna need a delicious sauce. I'm gonna be using some Mexican sour cream, and you're gonna wanna go with about half of a cup. 1 jalapeño or serrano pepper, and a small bunch of cilantro. And boom, done. You can use some corn husks to decorate your plate. This is an appetizer. Woo! Cloud wanted that one.
I did.
And then you just take it and you dip it and enjoy. And if you want to keep your appetizers nice and warm, you can place your tamale bites into the oven at 175 degrees until you're ready to serve. And now we're going to make our cheese crisp. This is the easiest appetizer you can make in your home. You're going to need some large flour tortillas. If you don't have access to large flour tortillas, not to worry. I taught you guys how to make large burrito size tortillas, and I went extra large on those, but you can adjust them to be about this size. So what we're going to do is we're going to crisp it up. Preheat your oven at 400 degrees. You're going to place your flour tortilla on a baking sheet, and you're going to bake for 4 minutes. Once your tortilla is nice and crispy, you're going to start adding your cheese right to the top. You can use mozzarella, you can use Oaxaca, you can use asadero, or your favorite Mexican cheese blend. And now you're going to place it back in the oven for another 4 minutes. And boom, done. Our cheese crisp is ready. And then you're going to slice it in the same way that you slice a pizza. And now it's time to get even cheesier. We're going to make choriqueso. Some of you know it as queso fundido at the restaurants, or queso flameado. I have my pan on a medium heat, and I'm going to use about 1 teaspoon of oil. Once everything is nice and hot, you're going to add your onion and your jalapeño. And you want to cook your ingredients until your onions go translucent, and that's going to be about 3 to 4 minutes. Once your onions are translucent, you want to remove them out of your pan. Next, you're going to start adding your chorizo. You can use beef, vegan, pork, whatever you're comfortable with. And you're going to add that to your pan, and you're going to cook for another 6 to 8 minutes. And once your chorizo is nice and cooked, you're ready to start your queso fundido. Let's get this party started. Now, to make your queso fundido, you want to try and stick to a cast iron if you have that option, or even these fajita little pans work perfect for this, because this is exactly how they serve it to you at the restaurant. You're going to start adding your chorizo to the bottom. And make sure you leave a little bit of your chorizo to the side because you're going to need to sprinkle a little bit right at the top. And now it's time to layer on your cheese. You're going to end up using about 2 to 3 cups of cheese just for this little tiny pan. The cheesier, the better. Then you're going to sprinkle your onions and your jalapeños. Beautiful confetti. And then at the top, you're going to add some chorizo. For those of you that don't like to use chorizo or pork products, that's okay. You can also make this with some mushrooms. It will taste just as good. Now we have 2 options. You can place it right into your oven at 400 degrees until everything's nice and melted, or you can keep it right on your burner and place the lid over it. So if you're using the fajita little pan and you don't have a oval shaped one, that's okay. You can use a round one. It'll still be enough to melt. And you can also just keep it on your regular cast iron and serve it family style. And boom, done. We're ready to eat. Whoa, that's delicious. Woo! And for those of you that can't enjoy your tortillas right now, it doesn't mean you can't partake. You can get a roasted Anaheim pepper and just place your choriqueso, your queso flameado right in there. This is absolutely delicious. If you're going to make this for a small family, I suggest you use my measurements. If it's a larger family, double it up. But if you're going to make the tamale bites, I definitely suggest you double the portion because you're going to need a lot. They go by real quick. It's kind of like bonbons. Is that what they're called? Like little ice cream things?
Yes.
They're just, you start popping them in your mouth and you don't even know where they went. So I can pretty much eat all of those by myself. So you guys are warned. Enjoy. More. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you. We hope you enjoyed your appetizers. Thank you all for watching this weekend. It was lovely chatting with you. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Adios.